What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie298 coming at you live once again through the power of the internet. Before I start this video, quick question. Are your pets being especially needy since all of this self-quarantining stuff started? I mean, this dog is normally very needy, but literally, if you've been watching my live streams, this dog does not want me to set him down. It's really weird. Anyways, I wanted to talk to you guys about this Vlog Brothers video that I just watched called Mental Health Tips from People Who Have Been There. I think this is really interesting information, and I just wanted to signal boost it and spread it and discuss it with you guys today. In the video, he talks about this top 10 mental health tips for coronavirus social distancing. And here's 10 very useful practices that you could be doing at home to make things a little bit easier for you. And this is stuff I do all the time, actually. Because if you know anything about me, you'll know that I'm probably the CEO of social distancing. In fact, I own the company. If you watch my videos, especially like me traveling or me meeting other people, you would think I'm quite the extrovert. But the reality of it is, I mean, if you know this about my history, I was once a 7-year shut-in, barely leaving the house. And that's not that different from how I've been living my life over the last couple of years. I like to be left alone. I like to stay at home, and I like to not do much. I'm a fairly quiet, simple person for the most part. So here comes these 10 things that you could be doing to make your life a little bit better. And I'm going to talk about my experiences with the things on this list as well. I know that's a criticism I've received a lot. People say I'm narcissistic because I will relate my experiences to your experiences and make things like this about myself, but that's definitely what I'm going to do in this video. So be forewarned. I'm going to share my experiences with the things on this list, so hopefully you can learn from them. Number 1, social distancing does not mean emotional distancing. Use technology to connect widely. And this should be fairly obvious. I mean, back in the day, when I was a shut-in for 7 years playing EverQuest and World of Warcraft, I was using EverQuest and World of Warcraft as a way to socialize. Video games is a great way to do that, but I think anybody can easily do it these days in a world of FaceTime and of Discord and of Snapchat. There are so many different ways that you can talk to people you love without having to be in the same room as them. And this is something I do to this day. I have a very robust rotation of people I make phone calls with a couple times a week, or some people every single day. I have a fairly big text rotation as well. You should stay connected to the people that you love, even if you can't physically connect with them. I think social distancing is the wrong phrase for this. It should be physical distancing. You shouldn't be physically close to somebody, but it doesn't mean you can't spend a couple of hours FaceTiming somebody you give a crap about. Number 2, clear routines and schedule. 7 days a week at home. Do not go overboard. And this should be fairly obvious as well. You want to get up at the same time. You want to go to bed at the same time. You want to do your daily routine of getting ready every single day. Make sure that during the week, you treat the weekends differently still. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, even though I worked from home for a really long time, Saturday night would be the night I would get together with my friends. Sunday would be a day that I would get caught up on personal stuff and play video games. I think it's really important to maintain that schedule. But again, don't go overboard. You don't have to be too particularly stringent about it. Just make sure that Fridays feel like Fridays, and each and every single day you get up at the same time, you go to bed at the same time, you work at the same time, you eat at the same time. Maintain a routine and schedule because it's very important to maintain structure. Number 3, exercise and physical activity daily if possible. Yeah, I know I'm going to catch some slack for this one in the comment section for sure. But surely by now you've seen one of these memes talking about weight gain during the quarantine. Some people have likened it to the freshman 15, calling it the COVID-19 pounds you're going to put on. I think it's funny. I know there's a lot of backlash about it, but I think those memes are hilarious myself. But over the last couple of years, I've definitely learned how important some exercise is. So if it's something as simple as walking the dog, which is what I do, or getting on your treadmill for a little while, which is something else I do, or doing just some basic routine stuff to help with your core building exercises like I do, absolutely, you should be doing that stuff. But don't point to me as an inspiration here. Point to yourself. Try to do better than me. Lose more weight than me. Be healthier than me during this quarantine. Learn from my mistakes. Number 4, learning and intellectual engagement, books, reading, and limited internet. As much as I love you watching this video and being on YouTube today, keep in mind that there's only so much of this you should be doing every day, just like television or video games or anything else. If you've got a bunch of free time right now because you're one of the lucky few people getting a paycheck while you're still at home, now is a good time to learn a new skill that you can take back with you when you go back to work. Read a book, learn a new skill, learn to video edit, sound edit, learn to make make videos on your phone, learn photography, do something that's marketable, do something that you can take with you back into the world after this self-quarantine is over. You'll be really glad you used your time on that. It's not just useful for you post-quarantine time, but it's also helpful to keep you sane right now. Number 5, positive family time, working to counter negativity. Now, obviously, this is not something I can talk about too much because I don't have a big family that I live with. But when I was living with my ex-wife, we always made sure at least once a week to have a weekly date night so that we could put some positivity, some good back into our marriage. Binge a show together, enjoy each other's time every single day, and more importantly, keep separated a little bit because we could get on each other's nerves. Right now, if you're quarantined in the same house as somebody, you're going to get on their nerves. So make sure that the time that you spend together isn't solely negative. Make sure that some of it's positive and relationship building as well. Number 6, alone time, outside if possible, but inside too. Remember, don't isolate. Quality time with yourself is just as important as quality time with the people that you are stuck in there with. And I love the idea of getting out and getting some fresh air and getting some sunlight. It's something I try to do every single day. It's something you should absolutely try to do as well. For gamers, I think this is especially easy for us. We just crawl inside a video game and put our headphones on. But if you're not a gamer, you might still read a book, or like John said in his video, get in the bathtub and just enjoy some quality alone time, listening to music, playing a game, watching a show, or taking a walk outside. I think taking a walk outside is probably the best advice, though, because you're getting the fresh air in the sun for that. Number 7, focused meditation and relaxation. And I have to say that I've never been able to meditate. I've always wanted to learn how to meditate, and I've never been able to get my brain to turn off. When it comes to focused relaxation, that's something I've been doing a lot of lately. And I've downloaded a bunch of apps. I wish I had a sponsor to put into this video for this, but I've downloaded a lot of different apps that allow me to relax by listening to relaxing stories or listening to relaxing music. I, too, will get into the bathtub just like John and listen to these tracks and listen to these songs and use that as relaxation or meditation time. If you can get into meditation, I highly recommend it. My brain just doesn't appear to work that way. I've been working at trying to do that for 45 years, and I've never learned how to meditate, but hopefully you can. But I think just the routine of taking that alone time and trying to purposely focus on relaxing yourself is a great stress reliever, and we all need to relieve as much stress as possible right now. Number 8 is to remember the things that you really enjoy doing that you can still do in this situation and find a way to do them. And that for me is obviously online entertainment, making videos, making TikToks, and of course video games. And those are things that I can easily do at home. It kind of sucks that I can't travel right now. I had plans to travel earlier in the month that had to get canceled, and are probably canceled for the foreseeable future. But what I've been doing there is I've been watching videos about travel. I've watched some of my old travel videos. I've watched other people's travel videos. I've watched what other people's plans are. I've planned future vacations that I can take in the future. So there's something that you can still do at home. You should absolutely be doing it. And if you can't, research the thing, read books about the thing, learn a new skill, or watch videos about the thing you are passionate about until you can get back to doing that thing outside. Number 9, limited exposure to TV and internet news. Choose small windows and then find ways to cleanse yourself of it. Now, I'm going to talk about something fairly distasteful here, but I'm going to talk about 9/11, which is something that I lived through all those years ago. And I was obsessed with it. I didn't sleep for the first couple of days after it happened. I sat there glued to the television watching everything unfold very slowly. And I'm sure a lot of people are doing that at home right now when it comes to COVID-19. The problem is this is something that's not going to be over in just a couple of days. This has a lasting impact. 9/11 did. And because of that, it's going to consume all of your time if you let it. So having a small window every single day in which you just take in today's fresh news and taking a brief look at it, seeing how the world has changed, and then going on about your day, maybe checking in one more time before bed is a great way to do it. That's how I'm doing it every day. I'm waking up in the morning, I'm seeing what's happening, I'm looking about it before I go to bed, and that I worry about it, so it's keeping me awake. So maybe I should only be looking at it in the morning. Now, wow, I learned something about myself in this video, but I recommend you do the same thing. Try to not become obsessed with this stuff because it's so easy to do that. That's what these news companies want you to do. They want you to watch 24 hours a day. Don't let them have that power over you. And finally, number 10, bathe daily if possible to reinforce the feeling of cleanliness. And I'm actually going to go a step further here and say that do your morning routine just like you were getting up and getting ready for work, especially if you're going to appear on camera. But take that bath, take that shower, put on your makeup, brush your teeth, wash your face, just like it were the start of any regular day. Doing that gives your body and your brain the signal that this is a regular day, even if it's not. I think it's important to still do that. I try to do it every single day. I don't always, especially when the depression is winning. But for the most part, when I do it, I feel a hell of a lot better, and I think you will too. All right, well, I hope you found something useful in this video. I think that I did. I think I really learned something about myself. I'm going to go take a nice long bath and meditate a little bit, relax a little bit, focus on some me time. Then I'm going to call some friends and family and then take the dog for his second walk for the day. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, drop a like down below. Hit subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Leave a comment down below. I would love to see what you have to say. Guys, I hope you found this video useful and entertaining. I do want to make videos about not this right now, but I feel like it's important to get this information out there, so I chose to. I'm still working on that Boogie/Francis narrative. The problem is it's kind of hard to film that when I can't be anywhere near my friends. So it'll have to wait. Guys, as always, thanks for watching. I love you very much, and I'll speak with you again soon.